Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about the condition columns in Power Query. So let's go to the Power Query editor and see how can we create these conditional columns. So we are over here in the Power Query editor and we are working in the same global superstore dataset. Now to create the conditional columns, what I can do is I can go in the add columns option and over here I will find this condition columns option. If I click on conditional columns option, it would give me a dialog box in which I can put in some values and then it would create a condition column for me. Here I am having this new column name option. Here I can put the column name. Then I'm having this conditional logic over here. So let's say if I'm trying to create a condition column over here and I say that if sales is greater than 3000, then show me that the sales is high. Else, if the sales is not greater than 3000, give me the value of sales as low sales. So for that, what I will be doing over here is I can give the column name sales type. And I can say that if, so you can see here the condition if is given. And I'll say that if the column name that is the sales and in the operator, I will write equals to or 3000. So over here where it says operator, instead of this equals to, you can find other operators as well. So let's explore it a bit. So the first one is equals to, the second one is does not equal, then we have is greater than, then we have is greater than or equal to, then we have is less than, and the last one is less than or equal to. So I will say that let's say that if the sales is greater than or equal to 3000, then it should say high. And if you want to add any other condition over here, you can click on this add clause option. And over here, you can give some second condition. So if you want to add any else if in between of if and else over here, you can see else is given over here. You can click on add clause option. And if you want to remove it, what you can do is you can click on this three dots and you can click on delete. So I just want to say that if sales is greater than or equal to 3000, then give me the value as high, else give me the value as low. So I will write low over here and I will click on OK. You will see that it has added a new column in which it is telling me the sales type. Now, if you want to filter this column based on the high sales or the low sales, you can click over here on the column and you can find the values over here. So let's say if I want to find out the highest selling items, so I can just select high and I can turn this off and I will select on OK. Now you can see it is giving me the high selling item. I will just clear this filter for now. Now let's try to create any other conditional columns. This time I am taking profit. I can see that some of the values are in negative number. So I want to see that what are the items which are profitable and which are giving me the loss. For that, again, I will go in the condition column. Here, I will give some condition as let's say that profitable or loss item. So I will give the column name as profitable for now. I will say that if the profit, so I will choose profit column is greater than 0, then the output should be profitable. And I will add another clause and I will say that if the profit is equal to 0, then give me no profit. Then I will add another clause in which I will say, or let's say that I'll delete it and else I will say that it is giving me loss. So it is basically covering the other condition as well, which is less than 0. So you can see right now I have given three values. The first one is greater than 0. The second one is that it is equal to 0. And the third one is that it is less than 0. I have not added any clause specifying that it is less than 0 because every value which would not be greater than 0 would be basically directly less than 0. So over here, you can just give the value as loss over here in the else and you can click on OK. And you can see this value have now appeared in this custom column of profitable option, sorry, conditional column. Now over here, let's say if you want to just filter out the items which are giving you loss or which are not giving you any kind of profit. In that case, what you can do is again, you can click on this arrow and you can select the values. So let's say I'm selecting this no profit values. So I will click over here in the no profit and click on OK. And you can find out all the products which are not giving you any kind of profit. So in that case, sometimes what can happen is that some of the products, if they are giving you a huge amount of loss, so you won't be able to recover those losses because it is very hard to just lower the shipping cost, or sometimes it is very hard to reduce the discount, because in some products we are not offering too much discount also. In that case, what you can do is you can just find out some no profit options which are not giving you any kind of profit, and you can try to just increase a bit of sales amount in those, or maybe decrease a discount over there to reduce some kind of losses or no profit no loss situation. So for example, you can see that in this particular item I am giving 20% discount. So instead of 20% discount, I can make it 90, 19.5, any value which would be like given by my business clients. So those values can be put it over here, and in that way we can just come out of this situation and we can make some profit over here. Now, the next conditional column is for the shipping mode. So let's say that our data set is containing the shipping mode. Now in the shipping mode, to check how many values are there, I will again click on this arrow and I will find out that there are 4 values in this shipping mode column: first class, same day, second day, standard class. Now, whenever I'm getting any order and if it belongs to same day, I want it to be shipped on the same day. That is, it should take 0 days to ship. If it is a first class order, it should take me 1 day to ship. If it is a second class order, then 2 days. If it is a standard class order, then the maximum days I can take to ship it is 3 days. So for that, I'm creating any other column. Over here, I will click on a conditional column and I will write expected days to ship. Expected shipping days I can write. Over here in the condition, so remember, this is not a numeric number, numeric data type now. This would contain text information. So text is case sensitive. So whenever you are giving any condition based on the text, you have to be very careful. So again, in the column name, I will write ship mode. In the operator, I will say equal to, and the values I will say same day. Now, since it is case sensitive, and for the same day, I was having this first alphabet capital for same and day. So I will write the value as same. Then I will give the output as 0. So if the shipping mode equals to same day, then the value should come as 0. I will again add a clause. I will say that if the shipping mode equals to first class, then the value should be 1. If the shipping mode equals to second class, then the value should be 2. And for every other, I can write it as 3. So basically it is containing 4 values. I have already specified the 3 values over here, same day, first class and second class. So rest everything would be belonging to the standard class. So all the other values I can write it as 3. So I will click on OK now. And this would give me the values of expected shipping days. Now a thing to notice over here is that let's say if you are working with a data set and if you are not having any column like that which says the expected shipping date, so it would be very hard for you to find out that whether the order was late or whether it was delivered on time. So in that case, what you can do is you can create a column like this, and then you can also apply some operations with the help of the shipping date or order date, and you can try to find out that whether that order was delivered on time or not. Because we don't have that delivery date over here. So what you can do is you can use this order date and you can just try to find out that whether it was shipped on time or not. So right now we are not dealing with the delivery date. So we can try to find out whether it was shipped on time or not. If we are having that delivery date also, then we can try to find out that whether it was delivered as promised or not. Because somewhere we try to promise whenever we are dealing with any e-commerce platform that this would be the promised delivery date, and sometimes it can be delivered late also. So in those cases, this would come in handy. Now let's say if you want to find out the partner for this expected shipping. So what you can do is, let's say if you want to say ship on the same day, so you are using airways, or maybe if you are shipping 1 days, so you are using railways, or if it is 2, you are using roadways. If it is 3, again you are using roadways. In this case, let's say if you have a designated shipping partner, so how would you make a column according to that? So again, you can go in this conditional column option. This time I'm using this expected shipping days option. So over here, I will say shipping partner. I will say that if the expected shipping days equals to 0, then it is some airways that I'm trying to send my courier through. If it is 1 day, then I'll be using railways. And if it is equals to 2 days, or let's say if it is greater than 1 day, then I'll be using roadways. So either you can use this or you can just not use this condition. You can just come over here in the else option and you can directly write roadways. And in this way, you can delete this. So this would make it fairly simple to understand also. So you can click on OK. And here you will find that it has now put it the values. So let's say if I want to then find out what are the orders that I want to ship with the help of Airways. So it would be very easy for me because I can just directly come over here and use this filter. So let's say I'm using this Airways filter. It would take some time. It is trying to filter that data. And here I will find the information of all the orders that I have to ship with the help of Airways. So this is just an example. It can depend on the courier partner also. So you can try to build some condition columns according to the condition that is specified. And also, let's say if you want to create another condition column over here. So we are also having this quantity. So let's say if any person is adding the quantity in the cart and that quantity exceeds the number 5. So you are saying that it is a high quantity order. If it is less than 5, you are saying it is a low quantity order. You can also create those custom columns. So in this case, condition columns. So I will click on condition column again, and you can choose the column name as quantity, and you can put the value as, let's say if it is greater than 5, you can say that it is high quantity order. So high quantity, I can put it over here. In the same way, if it is less than 5, you can put in that it is a low quantity order. So this is one of the exercise that you can perform and check whether you are able to make some condition column based on a specific conditions or not. So this was all for this session. Thank you.